Welcome to the University of Kansas School of Law's Career Services Office Boot Camp. My name is Stacy Blakeman, and I'm the Director of Career Services. Today, we will discuss how to conduct an out-of-state job search. Our objectives for this presentation are to give you an overview of an out-of-state job search, to identify the goals driving a successful search, to share specific tools you can use to accomplish these goals, and to give you tangible steps to take along the way. The mission of the CSO is to help you have the career you want where you want it. Choosing to go to KU Law doesn't mean your future is limited to the Kansas state border. We have KU Law alumni in all 50 states and in many countries all over the world. Additionally, more states are becoming UBE jurisdictions, and this means you may find yourself open to opportunities and locations you hadn't considered before. A successful out-of-state job search is absolutely possible, and it becomes easier with a targeted plan. The CSO is a great resource for making your plan and figuring out how to execute it so your career takes off in any location you want. Identifying your goals is the first step in making a successful out-of-state job search plan. And you must set goals beyond just applying for jobs to have the search go as smoothly as possible. First, you need to show your commitment to the area. Second, you need to build a network. Finally, you need to find jobs to which you will apply. Show your commitment to the area. You want to make it clear to employers that your application is intentional. Some markets are particular in that they want to hire people who desire to be in that region specifically. Employers don't want to invest in a new hire that is likely to be a flight risk. Anticipate this and be able to articulate why you care about the area. Did you grow up there? Did you go to undergrad nearby? Have you always dreamed of moving there? Are you relocating there with your partner? Certain pieces of information will be apparent on your resume. For example, your undergraduate institution, your permanent address, previous professional experience in that location. But you can add a line in your cover letter showing your commitment to the area if it is unclear from your resume. You should be ready to explain why you chose KU Law instead of one of the law schools in that region. What is one tangible step towards showing your commitment to the area? Join local bar organizations as a student and get involved. A tip is to search for bar organizations broadly. There are often city, county, state, metro area bar organizations, all for one region. You will be able to list your bar membership on your resume to show your good faith interest in becoming a practicing attorney there. Additionally, you can attend webinars and other events to learn more about the legal trends in that region and become familiar with some of the important players. Be sure to add your bar membership and any programs you attend to your resume. You can also join specific sections, such as the Young Lawyers section, to seek out mentoring and start making connections, which brings us to our next goal. Build a network. You must prioritize networking in the region you want to work. In this context, networking refers to building relationships with the intent of learning more about that region's market and/or an attorney's particular practice area. It can seem intimidating to reach out to people out of the blue, but really, all you're doing is introducing yourself to future colleagues. You are beginning to build your professional foundation by establishing your reputation as someone thoughtful, professional, and inquisitive. To begin networking, first, mine your existing network. Is your best friend's mom a judge in that region? Does your partner's college roommate live there, and their good friend is a lawyer? These are some of your easiest connections, so don't overlook them. You want everyone to know you are moving there and are looking to connect and get leads on jobs. Once you are a KU Law graduate, you will gain access to the Jayhawk Lawyer Directory, which allows you to search for fellow Jayhawk lawyers based on location, practice area, and other filters. Before you graduate, the CSO can give you names of alumni in the region you are targeting. You should absolutely utilize other networking tools as well. LinkedIn and the KU Alumni Mentoring Platform are great programs to explore virtually. The CSO created a video called using virtual networking tools with in-depth tutorials showing you how to utilize these resources most effectively. So please check it out. Last but not least, you can always do a random web search in the area you are targeting. If you are reaching out to attorneys with whom you don't have an obvious connection, that's okay. Most people are kind and open to talking. At the very least, most people like to talk about themselves and will be open to answering questions about their experience. One tactic to create a connection where there isn't any other is to reach out to attorneys who are active members in the Bar Association, which is easier to do if you are a student member as well. What are some tangible steps towards building your network? Create a robust LinkedIn profile. Request connections to attorneys in that region. Join the KU Alumni Mentoring Program and see what KU alumni live and work in the regions you are targeting. Finally, begin a networking spreadsheet to keep track of your networking efforts. Begin by brainstorming a list of people you know or would like to know in the area, and set a plan for reaching out. Maybe you email 2 people a week to request an informational interview about their practice area or how they got their foot in the door in that region. Your networking spreadsheet will be a tool you can update and reference as you track names, their contact information, when you spoke to them, and what your next steps are. You've joined bar organizations, you've reached out to some people in that region, and now you're ready to apply for jobs. Here are some really easy places to start your search. BYU Law School offers a fantastic resource called its Multi-Law School Job Bank. This resource lets you search by state and then by law school to access that school's most recent job postings. Not all law schools nationwide participate, but many do. It is password protected, so contact the CSO for the current username and password. If there is a school whose job posts you can't access via the BYU Multi-Law School Job Bank, then the CSO can request reciprocity on your behalf to that school's career services resources. The guidelines and requirements for obtaining reciprocity vary from school to school, and there may be blackout periods and other limitations. Some of the best places to look for jobs are the local Bar Association Career Center page. Bar associations advertise postings directly submitted to them, and others collect postings to share. Again, search broadly in your region in case they have different content shared. Finally, look for regional career fairs which draw a wide variety of employers. What are some tangible steps towards searching for jobs? Contact one of us in the CSO to get the username and password to the BYU Multi-Law School Job Bank. Look for law schools in the region you are searching to see what they have available. If the law school you were hoping to access does not participate in the job bank, then you may wish to request reciprocity from them instead. Look at that school's reciprocity policy to determine the best time to request it. Finally, look up Bar Association Career Center pages and check them regularly. Sometimes it is possible to get Career Center update emails. Check with the individual bar association to see what settings you can request. Some jobs, like those with the federal government or with state judiciaries, have more specialized application processes and have their own resources. The Arizona Handbook is a combined resource for the Government Honors and Internship Handbook, as well as the Public Policy Handbook. The handbook aggregates opportunities and deadlines and gives monthly updates. The CSO has a subscription to the Arizona Handbook, so contact us for access. The Vermont Law School Guide to State Court Clerkships is an excellent resource if you are interested in working for a state judiciary. Because there is not one uniform way to recruit for judicial clerkships wide, this guide provides information about the individual recruiting procedures for each court in a state. Federal judicial clerkships are often advertised on OSCAR, the online system for clerking application and review. OSCAR access is granted to each class in February of its 2L year. Federal clerkships are discussed in more detail in the KU Law Judicial Clerkship Handbook. Finally, federal jobs are generally posted on usajobs.gov. The Office of Personnel Management has lots of federal job search tips. the CSO created a video called Conducting a Federal Search with more detailed information on this topic, so please check it out. What are some tangible steps toward finding jobs with the federal government or a state or federal judiciary? Take action early. You need to look at these various resources at least during your 2L fall semester, if not earlier, to make sure that you are aware of deadlines and don't miss any opportunities. We hope this tutorial helps you begin your out-of-state job search. As always, please reach out to the CSO for more guidance or clarification. Rock chalk!